Hello, don't go anywhere. This is the wrong place, but it might turn out to be the right one. You're here with Joe, and
Aakash, and you're listening to the We've Got
we've got
Nothing
nothing
Left.
left podcast. Oh, I thought
I,
we were saying
I
that
thought I was going to say it.
together. Oh, all right. Let's just go. Get
Let's
into it.
just go. Wingardium Recordius.
Oh my god,
I don't know if you guys will end up seeing, but I have a little. I was going to say surprise in my
he's
hand.
got
It
a he's got a
sounded.
wand. He's got a
Yes, yes.
wand.
Thank you for
Surprise in
contextualizing.
your hand. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
What a
great
way to
way to
start.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, surprise in your hand. Well, it could be that type of podcast. It's not.
Well,
It's not. I'm sorry.
yes. Also, by the way,
Sorry to
guys,
disappoint
you are listening to the We've Got Nothing Left podcast based
you
on
on.
Harry Potter, the new news about the new HBO Max TV show.
Yeah.
What were your first thoughts on that, Joe?
Look, I mean, I saw that it was being rumored,
Yeah.
um, and I was a bit like, okay, interesting that they're doing that. I wasn't 100% sure why, but I just
Still
think
not
like,
sure.
no, I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure. And at first, when you see those rumors and you're like,
I
yeah,
didn't think it was real. I was just like,
no,
yeah, it's just saying like
no,
whatever.
neither did I. And I thought, I was like, when I saw the clip, and that's like we need to talk about. But when I saw it originally, the clip released by HBO Max, now just called Max for some reason,
Mm.
um, I was like, oh no, I did not expect that to actually happen. Um, but I think my initial thoughts were probably more, okay, yeah, sure, sort of. I guess in a way, like how I sort of reacted to when Fantastic Beasts came out. And it was like, okay,
Yeah.
why? But sure, let's see what happens. And I mean, that absolutely crashed and burned. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I think we could
uh,
talk about that as well today. Um,
yeah,
I the difference that I found with Fantastic Beasts, there was just a level of like the unknown with it that was quite exciting. I don't know.
yeah,
That's I
no,
and
definitely,
like it was something like, oh, we haven't seen Harry Potter in ages, and now we're getting an extension of the universe, a new story that no one knows about. But when I saw
yeah,
this, I got confused at first because I saw the Harry Potter logo, obviously, which is used in all the films and stuff. So my first
yeah.
idea was I actually thought Cursed Child before I saw TV. I was
So
like,
did I.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
because
no, so did I.
that's something that's obviously quite fresh and currently in the West End and loads of other theatres worldwide. And obviously being the eighth installment of the book, I was thinking that, you're gonna get Dan Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, everyone's reprising their
Yeah,
roles and stuff. I
yeah,
mean, because that's been in the news sort of recently, and the general consensus was that it's too soon. They obviously need to be a bit older, like with Star Wars a couple decades past. But
yeah.
I don't know who's. I'm just trying to imagine the HBO meetings that they had. They have obviously had.
Mate, honestly, you saying that it's too soon. The whole thing, like, is just like I
I-
don't get it.
It's
Like,
like an April Fool's
it's
joke, wasn't it? It's just a
yeah,
late one.
yeah. But what? It's 12 years, I think, since Deathly
20,
Hallows come out.
2011, yeah. So
2011, yeah. So 12 years and they're remaking it from the start.
honestly,
Like, not even just like where you're saying about Cursed Child, that could have been a good sort of
stepping off
jumping
point.
off point, yeah, for a
Yeah,
new franchise. But look, I mean, we've both seen Cursed Child, lucky to have seen it,
yeah,
and unlucky in some ways. But
yeah.
uh, I think in a way, I mean, I don't really want to spoilers for Cursed Child, but um, it goes through year 1 to 7, doesn't it? The whole play is year 1 to 7. I think.
I'm trying to remember it now. So what the hell even happened? I think I like blocked it out of my memory. I think you
Let's.
are right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you're right because there is
yeah,
like this whole
it's it's years 1 to 7 because like they speed through year 1 like that. It just
yeah.
goes.
It-
And I was thinking to myself, like, if they did do that,
It's a TV show
it would have to be one film for the
or
whole thing
yeah, potentially
and keep
or
recasting the main
Sort of
role.
like Boyhood when he's sort of going, he ages like
Yeah,
that film where it's about a
yeah.
guy actually ages like 12 years through in the film. They
I
keep the same
mean,
cast.
they ain't gonna put that much effort that they did from Boyhood
Yeah,
into
I
into
mean,
Harry
I
Potter.
I read somewhere this is going to take 10 years again. So this is another de we're going to be talking about this in 2033, guys.
10 years.
This I know, which is like
They need to cast a young Dumbledore because I'm sorry, no offense, but 10 years.
yeah, we got Helen Mirren,
Oh,
we've got all these like lovely
Helen
actors.
Mirren as McGonagall would be amazing.
Yeah,
But
she
that's
would
the
be.
thing, like with the cast, I think that for me, the cast isn't even that sort of big of a deal. I know that sounds like
Mm,
sort of
what do you mean?
counterproductive and a
Explain.
bit ridiculous. Well, like the cast for me, I feel like it's HBO at the end of the day. They've done Game of Thrones. I mean, The Last of
Last
Us
of
recently. We
Us.
should speak about that at some
There's
point
yeah.
because The Last of Us was just, you know, incredible. I haven't seen House of the Dragon yet,
Mm.
but I know that Game of Thrones, they kind of flubbed it near the end. But
Yeah, it was the biggest TV
um,
show on the planet for a while.
yeah,
HBO have this prestige, like you're saying, and The Last of Us as well, obviously. They, they use this wording of like, I found it quite funny. This is going to be a faithful adaptation of the books, which obviously was playing
yeah.
on the fact that Last of Us was a faithful adaptation of the video game. But um,
With Game of Thrones, it was amazing up until the point they didn't have an ending set in stone with the books.
yeah,
So with Harry Potter, they've got everything.
yeah, and
So they have, they have full reign to make something like incredible.
yeah,
Um, but what I was saying about the cast earlier, look, they're going to cast everyone perfectly, in my opinion. Well, maybe not everyone, but we'll move on to who's rumored in a
yeah,
minute. But for me, it's more so what the design of everything's going to look like. Like if they keep, I mean that teaser, for example, that HBO Max released, they used
Hogwarts.
they used the same Hogwarts castle.
Yeah.
They used the theme, the same Hedwig's theme, and they used the same logo.
That is three elements that made those films so special,
Yeah,
which is that design choice, John Williams,
yeah,
the logo, and it's that creative outlook where it's like if you're going to use all those components again, it's going to be half-assed, this like attempt.
100%. And the thing is, it's probably early days because I'm guessing like they're probably casting it now or maybe
Mm,
nearing finishing casting it. But I feel like as well with those elements, they should have maybe given us something new
yes, I
to
hear
get
what you're
excited
saying.
about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like they were scared to
Oh,
do that.
100%. 100, even doing this
Yeah,
idea was like they were probably expecting that they were going to upset a few people, just given the current climate of like
yeah,
with
yeah.
J.K. Rowling and just
I
like the
mean,
Harry Potter universe
let me have a
post.
quick look because I'm pretty sure the sort of Harry Potter um IP has lost a lot in profit. Um,
Yes, because what
and
was
I
the makings of Fantastic Beasts 3? Because what I wanted to say as well was like what annoys me the most is that they've completely given up on this five movie plan for Fantastic Beasts, which I
yeah,
think it's just so like lazy as well. It's like obviously the last two flopped compared to the Harry Potter films. They're not making billion at the
yeah.
box office. They're barely making them.
Oh, here. Oh, bloody fucking hell!
So this is this the
Right,
net
this is
worth
from
or is this the
no, this is. I mean, this is from Far Out magazine.
hmm,
I don't know if this is true or not, but it says the J.K. Rowling production company announces 74% drop in profit.
Jesus
So that's, I think, what it probably is. Why they've done this is Fantastic Beasts is dead in the water.
dead? Yeah,
Um,
DC.
Yeah,
because Warner
yeah.
Brothers have Warner Brothers sold the rights to HBO, or was HBO part of Warner Brothers?
I don't know off the top of my head,
I think I read
but
somewhere that they sold something. I'll double check, but yeah,
yeah, I mean, 74% drop. That's Fantastic Beasts dying. No, I don't want to imagine the Fantastic Beasts dying, but the series. But I think a lot of it comes down to as well, like they I don't think a lot of the main cast want to come back
Cursed
um
Child.
for Cursed Child for reasons that
Yeah, I
you
read
know.
somewhere that it's like this girl she tweeted on Twitter at Cappy Baroness to give her the credit, but she was basically stating besides more money, a big part of the appeal of a Harry Potter TV show is for JKR to have a definitive adaptation to point to instead of the movies who core casts have all publicly disavowed or disowned her, who all sort of like it was that period of
Ouch.
lockdown this came out of, and I know that obviously, yeah,
Yeah, look, I mean, I guess we kind of have to talk about the elephant in the room.
yeah. I put on
Look,
my notes, executive producer cancelled.
cancelled. I mean, yeah, I mean, you can probably put a tick next to that, but look, her views are despicable.
Yeah,
Um, a lot of the cast have made their a lot of the original cast, sorry, have made their views quite clear on it.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, especially with Emma Watson, and she's uh, uh,
She's an advocate for like
an
equality and
advocate for
yeah,
for
yeah,
trans rights
more than an
and
actress.
yeah,
I
just
think this is the reason why its response has been very mixed because if this hadn't
yeah,
happened, we
yeah,
we still would definitely have our hesitations because the other flip side of the coin with making a Harry Potter TV show is the fact that it's sort of I was gonna say invalidates your childhood. That might be a bit strong, but it is in a way just
well,
sort
hey, look, what are we called?
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
we've got nothing left.
Yeah,
But
yeah, and I just find it funny that they're making a Harry Potter adaptation before it's like remaking the original Star Wars films, which they never did. They
yeah,
always added to
yeah,
it, supplemented it. Even with like Clone Wars, that's an animation on top of the prequels. So like
yeah,
I could see like they could have gone in that direction, but obviously from a marketing point or whatever for Warner Brothers or Max, this makes the most money. This will make the most revenue, and I think it's competing. They've realized a lot of TV shows are getting like adaptations of like books, video games, and comics, and that they
yeah,
need to capitalize on their strongest asset. Because like I said,
yeah,
DC's
yeah.
just it's early stages with DC at the moment. It's under new creative control, obviously,
I
with
mean,
James
look,
Corden.
I mean, we'll probably do
An
something on it
episode. Yeah,
one day.
definitely. Uh, I mentioned DC as well, is because almost properties of like superheroes, Star Wars prequels, even if you want to go to like theatre plays like Shakespeare, James Bond, Doctor Who, they always reinvent the story with new casts and new characters. So I can
Yeah,
see why, from like just a general standpoint, we're talking about reboots. We're getting a bit like grouchy about them rebooting Harry Potter because this is our
yeah,
childhood, and that's the hard thing of just sort of like this being a chapter in our life that's sort of closing and something new is going to replace it or add to it. And
yeah, yeah.
I was just sort of like of the mindset of like they got it right the first time. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
Don't fix it. Yeah, 100%. And I I feel like a lot of people would probably disagree.
Yeah,
I don't, but you know, I guess I don't because I'm in the same boat as you are. We're pretty much the same age. We love it for the same reasons, but um, I feel like a lot of people would want more from the books, which this
yeah,
has full capabilities of doing that. I
yeah,
mean, all the different things from the books that were missed, like I want to see the Hogwarts kitchens. That's all I want to see.
yeah,
Give
yeah.
me that. I'm happy.
There is these whole ideas that there's so many Quidditch matches as well that
Yeah,
obviously
yeah,
don't get put in. So
yeah,
that's a lot more action, a lot more scenes with
yeah.
Voldemort from his past, and I mean,
I just, but
weird
go
stuff as
on, go
well.
on.
I was just say talk about like Hermione's like hold. house elf campaign.
Oh, spew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, things like that though. That would be I
it's
think
charming.
like yeah, and it gives it something new.
Yeah,
If
something
they're
new.
gonna
Exactly.
just remake it and do all of the same beats in all of the same positions, places in the story, I genuinely think what is the point of doing it?
Mm.
There is no point.
I think they'll have to
Um,
they'll have to definitely do what Kenobi did, where they get John Williams to maybe do the opening theme, but they'll get a different composer because I think
yeah,
music makes a big part of it. Like when Harry goes on his
yeah,
broom for the first time, when he does that iconic scene with Buckbeak over Hogwarts, it's that idea of like I see it as a way of like it's that classic thing of like, oh, I haven't done my homework, can I copy yours? I
yeah,
won't, I'll
exactly. Yeah,
just
it just
change
looks
it,
slightly
I'll change
different.
it, yeah. But it's just
Yeah,
like, how can you top the best bits basically and
you
make
can't.
it a TV show?
You
You
can't.
can't. But then I don't want them to remake it exactly because then it's just
No,
like,
but that's what I was saying earlier with like even down to the set and the props. If they stay like very similar, or even the same, I'm sure some things
yeah,
will remain the same. How like it's just going to look exactly what it did before. Um, I, just giving you an example, right? How are they going to how are they going to remake or redesign? Sorry, something like the Ford Anglia,
I was
where
about
they
to say
can't
that.
well, they can't redesign it. Yeah, oh, there it is.
Well, I got
Well, no one
it.
can see it, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's in his hand.
Well,
It's
yeah,
another surprise
exactly.
in his hand.
Yeah, here's
Um,
another one. They wouldn't remake this because this is like an external object, isn't it?
yeah,
It's like it will look the same. It might just have like I don't know, like this whole idea was like this was bigger on the inside. She just ripped off Doctor Who, so they'll probably play
yeah.
on
Well,
that sort of part of it. But I think what they might do, Hogwarts Legacy was a really good testing point for like how the fan base would react,
yeah,
and that
yeah,
has it's got the perfect combination of stuff you've seen from the films, but it uses destinations from the books that weren't put in. I could see them actually just using that entire model from the video game because we're in this idea. Star Wars does it the best, where they can jump from book to film to TV show to
mm,
video game and have that consistency throughout it. So I hate to say the word. I know they are not going to make it cross over as a multiverse, but the whole point of it is like it is part of this like cohesive organism. I think that's what people like
yeah,
nowadays. It's why the MCU was successful because it was like part of this same universe. And if you're going to have a decade of stories, obviously it's all going to look the same. But I get what you mean. It's
yeah,
what's it going to look like? That's the biggest, one of the biggest concerns because they got it
yeah,
so right the first time.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, something I think we should sort of talk about, but just quickly as well, actually, with things being redesigned. You know what, you know me, and if anyone's listening that does know me quite well, you know I have a thing about the ones, right? I used to do one reviews on a YouTube channel. You know, I was quite famous. I had about 10 views per video. Um, I did review Percy Weasley's Ron one, saying it was quite bulbous at the end, and that didn't
Mm.
help my life as a teenager any much more than it should have. But anyway, but we even down to the wands, like I just
Uh,
hope they don't make them
Yeah,
all
it's
like
even
yeah,
iconic.
the design of the elder like for example, right? The Wizarding World
Yes,
brand
they're
has
trademarked.
it's all wands
Yeah,
around the site, around the sort of curving around the Wizarding World sort of title.
yeah,
Um and like even the silhouettes of the wands, in my opinion, have become more iconic than the silhouettes of some of the characters.
yeah. It's like lightsabers, isn't it? It's the
Oh, a
same sort
hundred
of deal.
percent. Yeah, 100%.
You
Like the
recognize
yeah, you recognize it like
it's
you're holding the elder
universal.
one now.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can tell you that's the older one. I mean, you know, it, most people probably could tell it's the older one, but
But Joe's an expert, so he knows.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't want to say
From
it,
uni.
but I can tell. I can
But
just tell from the site. But no, I'm
you bring
joking.
up an
But
interesting point because even the opening titles is so iconic. They're gonna
Yeah.
have to recreate it in the clouds and stuff. But it's like, what will it be? Will it be Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, chapter one, then chapter two, then chapter three? Do you know when you get some too much of something? Marvel had the same issue
Oh,
where the
that's what they're
MC,
gonna
yeah,
do.
the MCU studios was so iconic. You got so excited in the cinema when you saw it, but then as soon as
Oh,
Disney
mate.
Plus came out and they used the same one, I get bored of it. I hate the music. I look at the
That
images,
that's
sometimes it
that's what
changes.
Star Wars did well. They removed
Yeah,
the opening crawl from the TV shows because it's
yes, you're
iconic
right.
and it needs to be reserved for like the a big event.
You think if they're going to do Cursed Child, then they should just
Yeah.
save. But then you can't. It's honestly the granddaddy of all opening sequences. Like the amount of
Yeah.
sequences you get from like Shazam that she did it with Warner Brothers, and like I don't know. I don't want to see HBO Max plastered over the sky. How many companies will it be? Or is like just does the entire cast's name as it goes through? It's just like 10 minutes
Do you know
long.
what's going to be really weird, right? What like really weird? You know that uh before every like HBO show, and there's like the fuzzy screen with HBO, it's like
Oh no!
like that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like how like I expect to see that and then see like an episode of The Sopranos afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't
Dun,
expect
dun,
to
dun, dun,
see
dun, dun, dun,
Harry.
dun, dun.
Yeah, well that.
Yeah.
I don't
That
expect
was
to
Game
see
of Thrones, by the way, guys. Yeah.
like I don't expect to see Harry Potter after that. I don't know whether, and this is something I wanted to touch on as well. I think they need to hire a different director for every season.
Just burped and muted that so people won't
Disgusting.
know.
Disgusting.
You think a different director for every single episode, sort of like a Star
No, no,
Wars
no, no,
Mando.
no. Every season.
Oh, every season. Because
Yeah,
I was having a conversation earlier as well. The tone of the show, what is that going to be? Because the film's
well,
evolution, they had an evolution, didn't they?
yeah, yeah.
Alfonso
So
changed the game. He's the reason why we have
exactly.
this style as well. Like the amount of
Yeah,
creative control he had. So then it's how much creative control do you give those directors? I agree with you. I think it needs to change with each season because the films do get dark. And the conversation I had was like, maybe if you've had like Game of Thrones and Last of Us, you can go darker than the films ever did. But it's
yeah.
also who's
I
their fan
agree.
base? Who's their
I
fan
do
base for
agree.
this? Who's the target audience?
That's the thing. Is it us or is it
It's us
little
or them, yeah.
kids?
I mean, Star
Like
Wars. I keep on banging on about fucking Star Wars, but
no, no. But
they
it's
manage to do both, don't they? I think they do both.
yeah. I think what it needs. Something like Doctor Who, actually. You know, a showrunner
Mm,
who's in control and knows what they're doing, loves the because you could have a showrunner who was, I don't know, 20, right? 25 at the time that Harry Potter was coming out,
mm,
loves it all, and is now 38.
mm.
Do you know what I mean?
I reckon
Someone who's
yeah,
someone who loved it from the
understands.
get-go, understands it, doesn't just want to. Oh, it's Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter's great.
Yeah, because
Look great on my showreel
yeah,
CV. You know,
yeah.
like
I know for a fact. Sorry to interrupt. Like,
no,
yeah,
that's fine.
the people at the top, obviously, HBO, that they're looking at it from a business standpoint. Let's make as much money as we can, which is fair enough for them. It's their business,
Yeah,
but like. They will hire the best of the best people that really love these stories to give it justice. Like the same with the video game. So the people that will be working on this will have probably the same views as us, and they'll want to make sure that
yeah,
they bring something new to it. It's just this idea of you want to said as well. You don't like the idea of one big showrunner for like Doctor Who when it went through its the dark ages, the dark times of like I don't know, like sort of Moffat,
yeah.
Chibnall near the end. What if it comes out and it's just really bad? Like that's
Well,
scary.
look, the the issue we're gonna have, right? If that does happen, if series one is a pile of absolute steaming dog shit, they've got a problem because they would have budgeted for 7 or 8 seasons of this.
Yeah, this is a decade.
This is the decade long, and look at something like The Last of Us. The Last of Us was what 8 episodes, 9 episodes,
Mm.
and then season two, like next year, maybe even the beginning of
Yeah,
2025.
yeah.
Like, and that. is not on the same level as Harry Potter. Harry Potter is going to be big.
Yeah,
Um,
this is
and
the. It was a worldwide phenomenon. Obviously, like I don't have to tell people that. Like this will be
no,
the.
yeah,
This isn't Game of Thrones. This the difference is this already had a film which broke records, which is up there.
yeah,
They
yeah.
have to break even, and they have to. It's sort of like
Oh,
how Avatar 1 come out, and they
mate,
have to Avatar 2. That's how I'm seeing it.
Harry, it has fucking theme parks.
Yeah,
Like, it
museums,
has
like
two
it's.
theme parks. Yeah, a whole exhibition, like a whole lot on an actual working film set devoted to Harry
Do
Potter.
you think they're going to film it at Pinewood again? Is it going to be
Why
UK
just
as well?
reuse all the
Can you
all the
imagine?
props?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you know what? I
well,
wouldn't put it
that
past
brings
them,
me
to
to
be
my
honest.
next point actually, because I wanted
Yeah.
to talk about. Let's get into cast, the juicy bit, and the casting, because the
Yeah.
biggest thing about the
Yeah.
films was J.K. Rowling insisted on having an all British cast for this, which changed the game because it really brought the best talent around the UK
Yeah.
into this project.
Even
Um,
though poor old Van Troyer was in it, the one American actor,
yeah, I did think
and
about that
then was
actually.
dubbed over by Warwick Davis because he
Van
didn't,
Troyer, guys,
because
is
he, yeah, mini
he's
me.
mini me from
Yeah.
Austin Powers. He was
Rest
the
in
one
peace,
American.
by the
Rest
way.
in peace,
Rest in
Van
peace,
Troyer.
Van Troyer. Um, but yeah, no, the cast. I know I was saying earlier that I didn't really mind about the cast. Not in the sense that like, oh, whatever, they'll just do it perfectly. It might go terribly. Um,
It'll be different, and people don't like change. That'll be the biggest thing.
that's the issue. People don't. Yeah, I mean that is an
People,
understatement.
us,
People, people.
those
Yeah,
people.
no. I mean, look, I am all for change, and this is probably going to get me like killed. Um,
I'm just saying, like, it was the first time they did it as well, where they got the same cast, especially predominantly 12-year-old kids, to have them grow up for 10
yeah.
years. And
Uh,
Daniel Radcliffe, bless him, like he's very hard on himself with those films. He obviously wasn't a trained actor when he did those, but I think he did a
yeah.
fantastic job for his age, and I can look at it and I love
Yeah.
his performance. But the amount of scrutiny he had to go through, and
Mm.
this is without the internet. It literally made him an alcoholic, which not many people
Oh,
know.
really? Oh,
Yeah,
bloody hell.
because like to
Oh,
deal
bless
with
him.
the amount of people watching him all the time, he was one of the biggest faces on the planet.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's like, will this next Harry have the same level of scrutiny or even more because he has that on his shoulders? And he's going to be 11 years
Yeah,
old. He will
yeah.
be a
And
child.
look, when the Philosopher's Stone come out in, or the Sorcerer's Stone for any Americans listening,
America.
uh, um, you know, there wasn't social media on the any
Yes,
social media. Like
exactly.
Daniel Radcliffe was safe from
Mate,
that.
I remember watching even Prisoner of Azkaban. One of my earliest memories is watching Prisoner of
Yeah,
Azkaban on those really fat computers, on
yeah,
a
yeah,
really
yeah,
old
yeah,
computer monitor. My dad went on this like dodgy website so we could watch the trailer,
yeah.
and
Don't confess.
yeah, yeah,
Don't
and like
confess.
I was like, whoa, what? Like at that age, I understand like what is this? And I think that's one of
Yeah,
my
yeah.
first memories. But like, yeah, now like as soon as the casting news is released, this kid, he probably won't have an Instagram, or if he does, his parents are gonna run it. And like, I just feel
Oh,
I'm scared
yeah.
for kids, basically.
Look, I've got two words. Jake Lloyd.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that poor kid. Oh, not even just Jake Lloyd. Ahmed Best as well.
Yeah, yeah,
But that I
yeah.
know the word toxic is thrown around a lot, but it is the only way to describe those people who
So you'd never say to an
know.
11-year-old's face that you would never, your sort of criticism of a show and a character, but you use an 11-year-old child as a scapegoat for it. I
Yeah,
just know it will happen.
I can already see the hashtag not my Harry Potter, not my
Yes,
Potter,
because
things shit like that.
the flipped coin of it as well is like if they're going in a new direction with the show and we're living in 2023, the cast will be a hell of a lot more inclusive.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that will annoy so
that
many
will
people.
not go down well with people. Look, I'm gonna put it out there. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Give us whoever. I don't. I do not care. I'm happy for any change they want to make,
Mm,
whatever. But I'm just
yeah,
worried. I'm just
that's
worried
yeah.
that
Wish everyone thought like
for
that, but
those
yeah,
people who they're going to cast.
yeah. I mean, I think yeah. Besides that, this is this whole sort of fair conception of like who they're going to cast and stuff. Obviously, we'll get round to it at that time. People just have to be sort of hopefully
Yeah,
mindful, more tolerant as years go on.
yeah.
We had an exciting conversation yesterday about not fan, we were sort of fan casting ourselves of
We
who this
were.
cast could be.
Yeah,
And we could probably
yeah.
discuss. I wrote down a couple of characters actually, if he, because I think with the main three, with the Golden Trio, Harry, Ron, Hermione, I don't know many
Unknowns.
11-year-old actors, so I'm going to
No.
say unknowns.
Look, I'm just going to put it out there. I genuinely think Harry Potter should be either played by Chris Pratt or Jack Black. I think either or.
He's too.
Maybe Ron can be played by
He's
James
ginger.
Corden. No, even saying James Corden is blasphemy. I can't say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry, James, if you're listening.
I'm not sorry. I'm sorry that I said it. I'm sorry that I said it. Like, I'm just going to put it out there, James. If you're listening, not a massive fan, mate. I'm not a massive fan. Anyway, let's get back to Harry Potter. Anyway.
This is when he's casted Harry
Oh, oh! I
Potter.
just realised he has. Oh, he better not be in it. If
He
he's in
will.
it,
He will be.
no, 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 he can't be in it. He
Who
he
would he
he
be?
ruins everything.
Who could he
James
be?
Corden will be Snape. No,
No,
I'm
who's
joking. I'm
like
joking.
Wormtail? No,
Oh, Wormtail.
that'd be so
That is an
funny.
utter violation.
I'm sorry.
Fucking Wormtail.
That's the only character I can think of. Okay, so I got a little fun game for this next section of the podcast. We're gonna
Oh
call
no.
it fan castings. So a lot of fan theories and
Bang
stuff be going out.
castics. Like,
Castings,
oh, so I thought you said like fantastic, like
fan
fantastic.
castings, fan casting beasts. That needs work.
Yeah, that's the one.
Um, so this is the section where we just sort of I'm gonna give Joe some British
Oh,
heavyweight actors,
okay.
and I want him to cast them in the
Wow.
new Harry Potter TV show.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna
let's
begin.
go
I'm,
for it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm gonna begin with his favorite.
I'm not
Nice,
ready.
easy one. Ian McKellen.
Oh, oh, Ian. Lovely man. I love Ian McKellen.
Joe's
Look,
met
I
Ian,
mean,
by the way,
he's
guys.
huh?
You've met Ian, haven't you?
I've met him and we are marrying next week.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jake,
Sugar
but
daddy.
I am marrying Ian next week. And sorry, Ian, he doesn't know about it yet, but it's happening. Um, Ian McKellen, wow. I mean, he is my favorite actor of all time. The thing is, I don't want to put him as Dumbledore because no, Dumbledore.
Uh,
I have to.
yeah, well,
There's only
yeah,
one place for him because he was
there is
going to
that
be
whole
Dumbledore,
history. Yeah, exactly.
and
When
he
the
turned it
second and
down. I
third
think.
film happened, Richard Curtis passed
Yeah,
away sadly, so
yeah,
then they had this choice, but McKellen was considered for the role, but he turned it down
and he
because of,
regrets it. I think.
yeah, Richard's views of him. I think it's just a really tasty role, but yeah, it's quite cool actually. The fact
Yeah,
that he did reject it is a good Dumbledore
and
quality.
look, J.K. Rowling come out that he's gay, so you
Yeah,
know
it's obviously based on him and some
he could add
concept or authenticity.
some spice to it. I'm allowed to say that
Some
because I
spice,
am
yeah.
one of them.
But he's actually put on this site as because I'm looking at a site where they've cast a role. They put
Yeah.
Ian as Aberforth
What?
as a small role, and for Dumbledore, guess who they put cast as Dumbledore?
James Corden.
Mark O'Kane.
What?
That's a really bad accent, by the way, guys. Yeah,
Mike,
Michael Caine,
okay. I can't do
the
it
re-
either.
the retired actor Michael Caine.
Yeah, yeah. He's gonna be brilliant.
Yeah.
He's gonna be all green screen from his living room.
Yeah, they just use Star Wars technology.
Yeah. He's got the volume in his back
Yeah.
garden. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't agree with that. Michael Caine should not be. Hello, mate. Did you put
Yes.
your name in the goblet of
Bit of
fire?
fire.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Sorry,
Um,
Michael.
okay. I'm gonna go on to the next
All right, I'm ready. Hit me
actress.
with it. I'm
I want
scared.
you to
I'm scared.
cast. I'm looking at this randomly. Karen Gillan has come up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Karen Gillan. Interesting. I mean, she has to be a Weasley. There's not much like you can do.
Surprising that you say that.
Oh, okay. So this is
Yeah. I'm looking at
okay.
the character connected as well, just to see how close you get.
Right. Oh, blimey. So is this a quiz as well to guess like what they've said?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, okay. Karen Gillan. I'm gonna say, oh, fucking hell, this is out of like entirety of Harry Potter. Um, give me a clue. Older or younger?
I'm gonna say older because she is like she's what,
I
like
mean, she must be in like in her
30-ish.
30, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She's not gonna
Uh,
play a student.
no, she's
So
not gonna be
yeah.
Ginny Weasley from the get-go.
No, no.
Um, oh, bloody hell. I no, they better not have said Molly Weasley.
No, no, no.
Okay. Um, Tonks.
Close, actually. And she could do that as well, actually.
Go
That's a
on.
good
I
casting
can't
choice.
think.
She was cast as Lily Evans.
Lily Evans.
Lily Potter.
It's Lily
So who the
Evans.
fuck? Lily Evans is a mate. That's what her name is in the book before James marries her. I think
Oh,
it says
right.
Evans because
Oh,
they wanted
sorry. Right.
they
I'm
wanted
not a
her to
true
play
fan.
on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Oh,
flashback
yeah.
sequence, so
Yeah. You know
potentially have a
what?
flash.
You know what? Agreed. I like that. Yeah.
I don't think she should play in the flashback sequence. She should definitely play the mum though. 100%. She's old enough to
Yeah.
play because the fact is, Lily and James are actually 21 years old in the books. So if
Yeah.
they're doing a
They're
faithful
young. Yeah.
adaptation of
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
21-year-old couple has a house and a 1-year-old baby that you could name them?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can see that. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Hit me with the next one. I'm scared.
Hmm. Because a lot of them are like ones we discussed as well. Why the hell is this? Oh, I think this guy, he is obviously a legend. Idris Elba. You got free range.
Oh, Idris Elba. I don't know why that was so.
It's so sexual.
Oh, Idris. Idris, I've got no feelings for you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Um. Oh, bloody hell. Idris Elba. Um. I. I. I don't know. Idris Elba. That's interesting. Like, I would say sort of. I know. Sirius Black.
Mm.
Sort
See,
of a
I like
stoic
that.
sort of. You know.
He's got
Um.
noble. He's like noble as well. He could play
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You know what? Even someone like no, the thing is, people are going to disagree with this.
Snape.
No, oh yeah, possibly. No, Snape needs to maintain a level of sort of like he
That's
needs to
the
be
whole thing as
like
well. That whole reveal was just gonna be gone. That he was like trying to protect
I know,
Harry.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
the
I know,
best twist.
yeah.
So, yeah, I knew that.
Maybe Idris Elba is like a I don't
On
know.
the site,
I really do like him as Sirius.
I think I like him. I'm glad he said what he wasn't. On the site, they just cast him as the only black guy in Harry Potter, which was Kingsley Shacklebolt.
Oh, fuck
But
off,
that's a role that is not worth his time at
Kingsley
all.
Shacklebolt.
I know.
That needs to be like a B-list actor. No offense, but that
Just an
need that.
unknown. Give an unknown or like
Yeah,
a yeah.
yeah. All right, yeah.
A good role, but
That
yeah, Idris is worth more than that. I think
Idris is
Idris
worth more than
at
Kingsley
any age as
Shacklebolt. I'm
well. You
sorry.
know, if he was older, I could see him doing Dumbledore. I know that is controversial,
Yeah.
but if he was
No,
a bit
fuck
older,
it. Why does it have to be
yeah,
controversial?
exactly. They got 10 years. They can't be
Yeah.
casting Michael Caine
No, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I
because
mean,
you'll
the
change
fact that
him halfway
I
through.
mean, to be fair, Ian McKellen is like 84, but
What we were talking about, these heavyweight British actors,
yeah, who
I'm scared
bless
for them.
them, they're old.
Yeah,
But then again, you know,
you might as well live in the present, innit? If it happens, it
yeah,
happens. You just recast. Yeah.
look at Richard Harris.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. He was
how
perfect for the
old
role.
was Maggie Smith when she did the first one?
I think 17, He's oh, the first one, 66,
No,
I
she was
believe.
25.
What are you talking about?
She was 25. She
Maggie
just had
Smith
a
was
she
not
just had a
20. Oh, okay.
she had a hard paper round.
Yeah. She she bless
She
her.
oh 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 my god. I just saw like a date to a date and I thought no.
Oh God. Yeah, the
But
anniversary of this talk.
it's sorry, I'm moving my mic about. It's her spouse. She's 88.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so what's 88? So she was
76 in the last
70,
film.
yeah, 76.
So 66 in the first. I was right,
Shit, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, 66, yeah. All right, so Helen Mirren, yeah, it's not far off. And Helen
No.
Mirren's
How
still
was
like
old Helen? Oh
great
yeah,
shape.
smoking.
Oh my, bloody hell. Um, but go on, give me another one. Give me another one.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this.
Ooh.
Dun, 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 dun,
Harry
dun, dun.
Mulligan.
Who? Oh, Sally Sparrow.
Sally Sparrow.
Oh, see,
Oh, hang on, I can do this just
the thing is,
now.
I would have cast her as Lily Potter. Not gonna lie.
That works as well. We can
Um,
the thing is
maybe. Sorry to interrupt. Aunt
no, no, it's
Petunia.
fine.
Nah, Aunt Petunia needs to be a bit older.
Art Petunia was actually cast as, do you know Bend It Like Beckham?
Yeah.
That movie. Do you know the mum, Keira Knightley's mum? They cast
No.
Juliet Stevenson. But the thing is, we're talking about
Julia
this entire
Stevens.
cast list is about 10 years old. You could put Keira Knightley as a mum in this. Like
Yeah, yeah.
definitely like we're talking about like if you
Oh, I
want
know Juliet Stevenson. Oh, yeah, she'd be good.
yeah,
She'd be well good. Yeah.
she looks the part, yeah. But yeah, we gotta evaluate the ages of people and stuff. Like
Yeah.
because
But
like if we want to go for Hogwarts students, we gotta go like Paul Mescal and ages like that, you know?
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, as well, like I find it funny when even with things like Doctor Who, but where I've seen people like, oh yeah, I'd love for um, well, now I can't fucking think of anything. Oh, I'd love for Harrison Ford to play Dumbledore, or I'd love for um, any massive American actor to play
Yeah, I
so and so.
mean,
But hey, look at The
what's
Last of Us with Pedro and Game of Thrones. Even like
yeah,
they could do that.
we get a lot of British actors playing Americans. Like
Yeah.
Oscar Isaac mentioned the fact that he wants it to be reversed, but he played an English guy in Moon Knight. So, what's your thoughts on Adam Driver as Professor Snape?
Look, Snape is a tough one because Alan
Mm.
Rickman. I think after Harry Potter, Alan Rickman wasn't Alan Rickman anymore. He was just Snape.
You
Like
said that.
yeah,
You know,
he was he's just so
the
iconic
actor
in
and the
that
role
role.
combined. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's
exactly.
just so iconically irreplaceable.
Yeah,
Um, but look, I I was talking about this today in work actually, but with something like having American actors in Harry Potter, why not? You know, you've got American actors who are like top of the world, like class actors who can just stick on an English accent. But I feel like Harry Potter is something like really British as well.
it's like an institution. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. It's like putting. I don't know. I'm trying to
mate, it
think of a
is like, do
massive
you know what it's
American
like?
institution. Like,
I think it's similar to the whole thing that happened in Mando Lorian recently of putting Jack Black in this established universe where
yeah,
he's so known that it just completely what
it's
you don't want to
weird.
do, you don't want to cast someone that you see as a cameo
No,
for the character.
you need to cut for Harry Potter, especially. You need to. I was thinking about this as well. You need to cast people who you feel comfortable with. I know it sounds
Yeah.
weird, but like if you
Helen Mirren
cast,
fits the bill,
yeah, because she's
you
like
would
a
watch her.
household UK name who's like, when you think of Helen Mirren, you don't think of any, you just think of, oh
You
yeah,
don't
I
think of
love
any
Helen
character,
Mirren.
yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
think
you
of
love,
her,
you know,
yeah,
and she like this could become her, like, I know it's Maggie Smith as well, but they got to share these roles now.
yeah.
These roles
It's
aren't
like
theirs
Shakespeare, isn't
anymore.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure some people will not like you very much for saying that, but
Yeah.
no, I'm joking. But um, you know, I like that TikTok I shared with you the other day where it's like it's I can't remember his name. Michael Scott, is it, from The Office? It's like knowing that the golden trio of like Daniel Radcliffe,
Yeah.
Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint won't be
Won't be
known
the
anymore as
kids,
the
yeah.
golden trio. It's like, this is the worst. Yeah,
But then if
it is
they've
a
done
bit.
that, then they've achieved the casting. If it's a
A
cast
hundred
that
percent,
matches them, then
one
you've
hundred
done it.
percent. Do you know what? If it strikes the perfect balance of being that this is all I want it to be, right? Well, not all I want it to be, but mostly like 99% of it, right? It needs to be sort of iconic in itself and not leaning
Yeah.
back on the past. But it's inevitable.
This,
It's going to happen.
yeah. This is
Um,
relying on what Doctor Who and James Bond have done, where you can like
yeah,
visualize the character, but they make it their own and they make it just as iconic.
but
And you talked about that idea of Judi Dench being in two
yeah, well, that's
Bond.
it. Where they
Do we get
reinvent.
so? Do we get Lucius Malfoy as Tom Felton?
Well, that yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Um, look, you know, why not?
Hmm?
Why not? He's still. I saw something where he's on a FaceTime call with Jason Isaacs, and he still calls him father.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat, Tom. We're not judging you. If you want to
Yeah,
call
yeah,
him, if you want to call him father and dad, still, I'm not going to say the
yeah,
word. Go for it. But yeah, why not? It'd be nice, but then is it too gimmicky? Does it
yeah.
just need
Is
to
it the
just
Jack Black thing? Yeah. Is it a
yeah? Does
cameo?
you because you know what, right? If when the first episode comes out, and for instance, let's go with if Daniel Radcliffe plays James Potter, right?
Okay, that would be cool. I like
It
that.
would be cool, but if he does, every time James Potter comes on screen, it'd be like, what?
Yeah,
It'd be like, it's Daniel
that's my
Radcliffe.
inner child wanting Harry Potter, not James
Yeah,
Potter. Like, I
yeah,
will see Harry Potter first, not James
yeah.
Potter.
And that's the issue they've got. They need
That's does that serve the
none.
story?
Yeah,
Yeah,
none of the old cast should be in
no,
it in big
no.
roles.
Unless they do a
None
cursed
of them.
child adaptation, they
Yeah,
shouldn't be there.
yeah.
I agree.
Because then, if they're in it, this will become
SNL like
it will become
skit,
SNL, and it will
yeah,
become um
fan service or just
yeah, fan service in a way that it's forgotten very quickly.
yeah,
Like, we've got to expect at least $1 million plus on each episode. I'm probably
yeah.
being, quite reasonable there. It's going to be a lot
I
more
think
than
there'd be
that.
more. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You're right.
Uh,
It's a worldwide global phenomenon.
yeah.
It's downgrading from a film to television, and with television up in the game with like visual effects and storylines and stuff, that means they can pump more money into the
Yeah.
episodes.
But I've got a question for you, right? And this is, I think, the maybe the question that's on everyone's minds.
Hmm.
Why not give us something new?
Yeah,
Why not
man.
give us something new? Why? Or why not give us something new, just completely outside of Harry Potter, a new IP, a new franchise to start with, right?
Teen children of fantasy coming of age.
Yeah, that they can relate to, right? That their parents aren't going to be forcing them in front of the TV shows, going the
Yeah.
screen and going, "Watch this, please," because it's my childhood. It needed to be that, or I've seen a lot of people saying, scrap this and give us a show about the Marauders.
Yeah,
James Potter, Remus,
prequels.
and Wormtail.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'd like to answer that question first because that is what makes sense to me of just staying in a universe where you can stay consistent with the design of the castle and the music
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
aesthetics and really delve into stories that were alluded to in the books. So you get this nostalgic fan service feel, but you get
yeah,
something new. And the answer to that question is they already tried it with Fantastic Beasts and they just think they can't do it now because they utterly
yeah,
failed
yeah,
in the reason why Harry Potter was so successful as well is because it had such a strong foundation with the books. The books were the phenomenon. Then it was the films. We're talking about the
Oh, mate,
films this entire podcast, but it's
lightning
the
in a
book.
bottle.
Yeah, yeah, it's the books that's lightning in the bottle. It's the books
Yeah,
that is going to be adapted into a TV show. They're not adapting the films into a TV show. They're adapting the
yeah,
books, which I think a
I,
lot of
I,
people might not realize.
yeah. I guess that's something we've got to think about is that they're not remaking the films; they're remaking the books.
Yeah,
This is like imagine that, right. All right,
X-Men, isn't it?
his yeah.
Or like, yeah,
Imagine the films never existed.
yeah.
People would be like, "Oh shit, they're making remaking, or they're not even remaking, but they're
Yeah,
making
yeah.
like that adaptation of that
Like
book
Last of
series I
Us.
loved as a
Yeah,
kid."
yeah.
I mean, it would be even bigger than that because Harry
Yeah,
Potter. I
exactly.
remember when Deathly Hallows came out, and it was like
The book.
Waterstones was like
Yeah.
build up
I remember
at
Tesco's.
midnight. Yeah, Tesco's. Yeah,
Originality,
yeah, the
originality.
Marauders
And
and originality. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like the thing is with the lightning in the bottle, that's what Mark Hamill said about Star Wars. And he was like, you can't he was like saying to George Lucas, like, we're not gonna be able to do this again. It was just it's right place, right time, and everything
Mm-hmm.
all came together. The world needed it. And they went into the direction, obviously, of prequels and sequels. They never went to recreate something because they knew it was just perfect.
Well,
But
what
I
if
don't
they?
know.
It's like them going back and remaking the original trilogy of Star Wars, and then going right. How do we redesign the Death Star? How do we redesign the
Yes,
X-wings and Tie
I
Fighters?
I
You
just know
can't.
there's gonna be so many headaches. There's gonna be
Yeah,
so many headaches of being. So I know you talked about the car, which I think can stay the same. What can't stay the same is the question is like I think like the broom, that Nimbus 2000 is an iconic
yeah, yeah,
room or Hogwarts
mate.
Express, because
The,
it's described in the books as something else.
yeah, but the castle for me. Do you know what? And this is quite cynical, but it's true. They have so many toys, right, and merchandise
Mm.
with those original designs on.
Damn the space on it.
They would make that financial decision to keep those things the same, so they don't have to redesign any
Mass
merch and just
produce
sort of
it,
stick
yeah.
another logo on it.
Put the other actor spaces on it.
Yeah,
With the same Barbie Harry Potter doll.
yeah, 100%.
Even
You
the
know, like
ties and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
The aesthetic
Do you know what
uniform.
with I think Cursed Child did that well, where they redesigned the house sort of logos. I mean, maybe not amazingly well, but redesigned the house logos and the tires and things like that. Like they could do that easily enough, but with
Yeah.
things like the castle and I I think other things that they could redesign are like things like the Dementors and Aragog, and they're easily redesigned
Yeah, just
easily.
stylistic interpretation. That's
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Because you go to the
But
book for that.
yeah, but the thing is, maybe they will redesign all of it. I don't know.
That's exciting though. Like you'll get a
It is
different
exciting.
that's
It
what I'll
is.
tell you what, it's bold. It's bold to take something that was done so perfectly, where we were talking about the whole idea of like Star Wars and the headaches of redesigning the Millennium Falcon. That's why it didn't happen. But if you
Yeah,
get
because they
people
can't.
that
Yeah,
are but we're sort of like we're saying that it can't because the bar is risen so high. But if you could creatively design the same thing that not even met the level, but went over it. Now that is hard work achieved. Like
yeah,
that will be what makes the show a success if they can up the game And that is the biggest ask. Like they have to, like I said before, if they're gonna do it, it's got to be justified. I'm saying it's hard, but I'm not just gonna say it's impossible. I
No,
think it's
look,
impossible. Like,
like no, nothing is impossible, and like you're saying about that bar set so high, if they can jump that bar and stick the landing, I mean, hats
yeah,
off to them.
man.
And
Because how
look,
many?
I sorry to interrupt, but I
No,
want
no.
them to do that. Like, I don't want this to foul.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's the
exactly.
thing. I
As
don't
much
want it to foul, even though all of our conversations
content.
kind of made it seem like we do want that. But look, I
It's
can probably
frustration
speak for
though.
you as well.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
want it to foul because it
We're fans.
look, it's probably not going to be made for us. It's going to be made for um generations after us. Um it's made for them, and if they enjoy it, that's all that
That's it,
matters
man.
really.
Because like, yeah, like you said, like I think the magic of Harry Potter is when you're a kid and you're not caring about the acting technique of an 11-year-old. You're just
No.
invested in the story and it's how it makes you feel. Where a lot of people are going to be annoyed because they're changing something that just makes us feel good. But if
Yeah.
they recreate it and they find a different way to make it will make like a lot of people feel good after a really bad time in the world as well in
Yeah.
the past couple
Yeah.
of years.
Yeah.
Like this is why the stories are made. This is why it was so successful. It's fantasy escapism, and they are going to the strongest part of the source material now. They're not going to
Yeah.
do the problem with the prequels and the sequels and stuff is that it always is criticized because it's like half the source material, half something new. But
Yeah. And it was
that
unplanned.
yes, now you have 7 books and you can
Yeah.
explore all
Yeah.
parts of it. They got a really good foundation now. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
they
Yeah.
can't mess up
Yeah.
the actual storyline or the arc now, touch wood. But
Well, yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
like they got an instruction manual.
exactly. But the thing is, th- there's so much thin ice that they've got to sort of miss and tread over and sort of skate around. But you know, it's it's almost ridiculous in a way that it's tricky to talk about it. It's fucking Harry Potter at the end of the
This is all,
day.
yeah. This is theory. Like,
Um,
what will be exciting is like, because I was really of the mind that I wasn't going to watch this. I was really, when I sort of saw the news about it and that
yeah,
video you were talking about in the beginning, I just was in total denial. But at the same time, I got to give it a chance, you know. And
yeah, mate.
it's a
Yeah,
fandom that I really enjoyed, and like,
yeah,
it will be something interesting to talk about here as well, just like
yeah,
how
yeah,
people
yeah.
take
When
to
it
it.
when it comes out, we'll definitely have to. Obviously, this is our first episode, and we're talking about something that hasn't. It's probably not
Yeah,
going to come out for a couple of years, but it's something that we loved as a kid and as kids, and hopefully, it's something that kids can love for
yeah.
generations to come.
You know what, Jay? You said it completely right, and I just
Well,
really get your
well,
passion about this. So I would like to, in front of everyone here tonight, formally offer you the role of Harry Potter, um, in the show.
I
Your cast as Harry Potter. Congratulations.
I take it. Yeah, thank you very much. I'd like to thank uh Chris Pratt, who's going to join me as Hermione Granger. And I'd like to thank Lizzo, who's going to join me as Ron Weasley. Um, thank you, everyone. I really appreciate this honor. And I'd just like to. No, sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Oh, God, Jesus.
Sorry,
It's all right, mate.
sorry, sorry, sorry. But you'll be seeing me on the small screen very soon. Very soon.
It's small screen.
Can you actually imagine that, though? That would be horrific.
Can you imagine, yeah, like back in the day when they would cast kids, but they would just fall on like adults or like
That would be
teenagers.
horrific.
Yeah.
Just me towering. I say towering, probably not that much, but
You are the height of an
above.
11-year-old.
I am the height of an 11-year-old. I am because I stopped growing when I was in year six. I had a full on moustache when I was in year six. Anyway, a sidetrack. A sidetrack.
Okay.
But look, all I'm going to say, just I've just got to say it. If James, I will watch it, but if James Corden's in it, that's me gone.
Oh wow. Well, it's funny you say that because I got the casting news. I just dropped my phone.
Oh,
I got the casting news of
oh shit.
the new Harry Potter has actually been announced. It is not you. It is
Yeah,
Tom Holland as cast as Harry Potter. One of the biggest fans of Harry Potter in the UK.
that's me out. Thank you and goodbye. Oh, yeah,
We'll
look,
save your thoughts on Tom for another
yeah, we'll save
Spider-Man
my
related.
thoughts on Tom Holland
We
when we
could do
eventually do
Uncharted,
our
to
No
be
Way
fair.
Home. Our No Way
Oh
Home.
God, yeah,
Yeah, because that look, we won't go into it now, but that's not going to be a fun episode.
yeah, guys. If you thought this was upbeat,
If you
get
enjoyed No
ready.
Way Home, don't watch that. No,
Yeah,
do watch
guys,
it. No, do watch it or listen to
watch
it.
it. That'll be
Yeah,
our next episode.
yeah, actually, why not? All right. Well, got anything else to say on it, or
You know what, Joe? I've got nothing left.
yeah, we've got nothing left.